So Red was coming from a situation where there has been a multitude of events.
Red got a real deep backstory for a character.
It's not. You make up one, so I'm making up one with you. So you just said right. You're giving descriptive words of who Red is. Red has a narcissistic smile, so that's a deep story. So let's get deeper into the story. Right? Let's complex the situation so we can get a better visual of what's happening. Right? So let's say Red has a narcissistic smile. Okay, Red has also endured a multitude of events where Blue have been involved for such things or similar things, and already Red has been trying to, let's say, commune with Blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey Blue, hey Blue, hey Blue, hey Blue, hey Blue. All right, well, Red has got frustrated at this point,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So the level of in what you were saying, the way Red was talking to the person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Blue has already blown through those levels because Red already tried. So there's a limit to how many times. I mean, even for me personally, like there's a limit, especially when we're dealing with grown people, right? Because Red and Blue are grown, both grown people, right? We're just gonna say that dealing with a grown motherfucker, I only have a few times of, hey, out of respect, like, hey, like, cool, it's cool, but let's try to keep shit, how you. And Blue's like, all right, cool. So then Red goes on, all right, but then she keeps happening. How would you feel if you were Red in that predicament?
I can't speak for Red, but I can speak for Blue. So with everything that you said, right? If I were Blue, this is what I would do. I personally don't like to hear people's mouths. So once something is said because you don't like the quality of how things are being done, if I were Blue, I'd stay in my motherfucking room and mind my motherfucking business. Therefore, me not being in a area in which it's a common issue, it doesn't have to be an issue because I was there or I just came to grab something to drink because everybody has their ways of dealing with stress. Everybody has their ways of dealing with reality.
They have their ways of dealing with perception of stress and perception of reality.
No. I'm talking about the reality of things. Like I may like my perception more than I like reality, so I will deal with my defense and cope mechanisms, which is my perception, before I face reality for what it is. So that's why people have vices. People smoke, people drink, because once you become inebriated enough, you don't have to see reality for what it is. You can see reality from a much different perspective. That's why some people like perspective over reality. Don't get me wrong. Reality is what the fuck reality is. The reality is, what I'm saying? Blue don't, do shit the way red and pink like shit to be done. So Blue is like, okay, well, since I can't meet the standard, let me just go ahead and opt out now.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do from both of y'all, right? Does anybody realize how if Blue chooses that standpoint, how that creates a problem in the space, right? Because we're talking about a kid, so let's be real, right? Obviously, these people are in the same space. Yes, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you not see how that creates a problem with Blue taking a standpoint? If Blue takes a standpoint of, I'm just gonna be like, I'm never there, like, and when I go do this, then that's that. Okay, so that creates a problem in my mind. How do you feel about that?
I feel that if Blue is never really home, okay, and when Blue gets home, everybody's usually asleep. And when Blue gets up the next day, because Blue be up all night, it's about like 3 hours before Blue gotta go to work. And this is like on a 5-day-a-week basis.
He's hella character building right now.
I think that it really shouldn't matter because it's not like you see Blue during those 5 days anyways. Now, on Blue's 2 days off, as you can see, Blue socializes. Okay? But I think Blue's understanding of it is that Blue has a very low social battery with all the shit that Blue has to deal with on an everyday basis. That Blue doesn't want home to be another stressful environment. And so if Blue has one stress, which is outside of home, and then Blue feels like he has another stress, which is inside home, then Blue puts himself in a situation in which it can be a calming environment for him in one area, knowing that he has to go deal with distress in another place, regardless of the day of the week. Now come these 2 days that Blue doesn't have to deal with said stress. Blue then socializes because Blue has 100% social battery. Now, I think that 2 days of socializing on 100% socialized battery is good for Blue, okay? Because Blue seems like an introvert, and that Blue, really understands peace, and that Blue really just likes to, sometimes just be in Blue's space. Because Blue just came out of probably a toxic space, so Blue sometimes appreciates the silence within his space, and that red, pink, green, and yellow should not take it as a form of disrespect, but more so like, okay, let me finish. This is Blue's character development, not Red's. So Blue just wants Red to understand, hey Red, I understand that this makes you feel this type of way. Sometimes I don't be cashing on to this because I be too tired and I be trying to get into my, space because my battery is on 0%. Now, when we have to have those set conversations when battery is on 0%, it's very draining because the longer a battery is dead, the longer it takes to turn the phone back on type shit.
That's perception.
No. If your iPhone dies and it's dead for a while and you connect it to a charger, it's gonna take longer to turn on than when it just dies immediately and you put the charger back in.
But we're talking about people, we're not talking about.
But I'm saying, that's how social battery works.
Right, so that's perception. That's the perception that Blue is taking on for himself. Because reality is that it doesn't have to be a stressful space. If Blue could come from wherever Blue's coming from, whether it be work or whatever, right? And make sure that Blue is going along with community agreed on, actions. Let's say that, right? Let's say Blue's actions stay within the confines of what everybody agreed on. Everybody said that, hey, things should go this way, so that way it's peaceful for everybody. And then Blue takes that and it's like, okay, because as you said, red and pink. Wait, no. Let me just insert this statement real quick. Nah, bro,
let me just put the statement in here real quick.
Okay.
Because red and pink decided to go Super Saiyan 2, okay? And red had a very explosive moment. And pink turned red. And pink had made statements that the cause of stress, between red and pink was blue. That would make sure you add that part because that's a very crucial.
It's like hella personal right now.
That's a crucial part to Blue's decision.
No, Blue believes that's crucial.
Okay. When red starts leaking red.
No, so okay. So
I'm saying, listen, when red starts leaking red,
finish.
when red starts leaking red,
you're laughing right now.
it's not distracting, but I'm thirsty legs on this couch. I feel like it's shorter and like getting
Let me
up
get
as
it
a
out.
tall
You
person.
being rude. Let me get it out.
Oh,
So,
help me out.
so basically,
Ugh. Bad knees.
in those times, as what you're trying to make an important thing, because Pink was frustrating.
No, pink and red.
Listen. Pink was frustrating
Hey,
Red
Pink.
with the let me finish. Pink was frustrating Red with the conversation about Blue. Okay, Blue doesn't realize that anytime Red has to have said anything to Blue, even though it was said respectful or however he wants to acknowledge that, the energy has been the same. It was just more control. The feeling was the same. The energy was just more control. So now there's a situation where Pink is, hounding Red, like hounding Red. And Red's like, all right, we're losing the grip. And so Blue had to see the lost grip of that situation. But what you're talking about as far as Blue's character, it's like, okay, if there was an agreement of being, you know what I'm saying, agreements in the community that things are gonna go a certain way, and Blue makes some mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's not about the mistake that happens. It's about what you do after the mistake. So after the first, second, third time Blue made a mistake, okay, things start to get a little tension, right?
Blue just made a mistake and cleared it up.
So it's as simple as, hey Blue, you need to learn your lesson from this because things are getting frustrating, right? And Blue's like, from my perspective, I dealt with enough shit already outside of this, and I hear you, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say it's whatever. Because we can't speak of Blue because it's not on character, right? So here's the thing though. Red and Pink also have more aspects in which they have to be in stressful opportunities. So the stress level that Blue's dealing with is no different than the stress that Red and Pink is dealing with. So there's no difference in the level of stress or drainage of social battery. But Red and Pink still make sure they abide by the agreed terms of the community. So then that's where the frustration comes in with Blue. Like, yo, we doing bullshit over here too, but we still making sure that everything's straight. Why are you not coming on with us and doing the same? So, what are your thoughts on this? Wait, Chef O, to get his drink ready.
I want some food, but I think I'll just order something. Everybody come to a meeting. I think Blue should just, continue being Blue. And Blue will agree to said terms and agreements.
No, Blue already agreed.
But no. After post situation, Blue, I would assume has already agreed to said situation. But Blue likes defense mechanisms, okay? Because it makes Blue comfortable. So Blue would rather be in a shell because that's what turtles do. They don't in a shell with two people. They might live on the beach with other turtles, but they still got their own little.
So there was a conversation that happened in this story, because I'll read it from the script, right? Where Blue was like, hey, I know that I'm a grown person, but I also don't think that things are going right. I think there is something wrong with certain situations. And Red was like, oh, no problem. Like, I got your back. Like, I feel like Red be trying to step in and help Blue, but Blue, because of his defensive mechanism, as if it's the space that he likes, chooses because it's a choice at the end of the day, not to get Red out. And Red is get frustrated, so Blue is bad perception versus reality. Because the reality of it is
that Blue's not doing his part.
no. It's not even just that. It's the fact that when the conversations come about, Blue's checking out instead of checking in.
Oh, I can tell you why. So Blue has this thing where like Blue don't like being talked to a certain type of way, and when the conversations hit certain walls, like if I gotta be like, if Blue gotta be like, hey, I'm here, yes you're here, like if we not on the same level, you know what I'm saying? If
But Red tried that, and
listen,
who wasn't hearing it?
listen, if in the conversation you come off hot, then like I'm definitely checking out because if I'm checked in and I say something and it's a wrong something, it's only going to ignite the flames even more. But if I check out, therefore I'm listening to what's being said. I don't have a response. I'm not going to respond. There's no response necessary because if I do give you a response, it's only going to warrant more shit, and I don't want to hear more shit.
Well, I think
I've never look. Blue and Red have never had a conversation where Blue said something and Red didn't like it, and Red didn't like blow his fucking top. Blue learns by experience. Once Blue experiences something, or Blue sees a certain something, or Blue understands that a certain response will happen if Blue says something, or gives Blue's opinion, or tells Blue's side of the story, because Red knows, okay? Blue hasn't even thought about putting some cameras in this bitch, you know, just to make sure that Blue can cover Blue's ass. Because motherfuckers don't be listening to what Blue gotta say. So if I know that you're not gonna listen to what I gotta say after you say what you said, because there's a lot of I don't give a fuck about that.
Hey, you saying it, like, oh, you're talking about red and blue, or you
I'm talking about red and blue.
Okay.
I'm saying if blue is hot and blue be like, and red, if red is hot and red is like, oh man, I don't give a fuck about not you saying, cool, then I already know this is a one-sided conversation. So if it's a one-sided conversation, I'm gonna leave you to talk to yourself.
Okay, so, but Blue's not realizing how it became. See, the whole picture matters. How did it get to that point? I think that Blue's lacking some accountability situation.
No, I think Blue understands that he's calm in nature, and that even when the storms and the tides high, he's learned to be calm in nature. Like Blue has heard so many times, you know what the problem is? It's your delivery. So Blue has changed delivery. Blue changed delivery to calm delivery.
No, Blue has changed delivery to not delivering. That's not delivery. That's not changing delivery. That's escaping. That's avoiding. That's running away from the issue.
No, Blue has changed delivery to calm delivery. Every time the delivery is delivered, it's in a calm tone and manner. Trust and believe. I know Blue. Okay?
So
Now, yes, Blue may be a bit, nonchalant and lackadaisical and, inebriated.
that's not even nonchalant or lackadaisical. Like,
No. I'm talking about like on a regular. Like Blue may be nonchalant and lackadaisical and a bit inebriated most of the time.
okay, so let's just. All right, so listen to you. We're gonna say your thing, right? It has nothing to do with. Let's change color pink. Let's make the color white. Okay, so red. You're white. Okay.
You are white.
So.
So black and inside light.
So let's say red and blue are in shit. We're in a book, right? Okay. And red and blue running together. You come into the picture as a new Adam, right? And red and blue agree amongst each other that there are certain things that happen which shouldn't necessarily happen because it disrupts the peace. And blue and red come to you a few times, and when they come to you, it's calm, it's cool, it's like, hey, it's alright, but let's not let it keep being a thing, right? But you keep being a thing. I
Let me get here.
You brought it. So, let me finish. So White, let me ask you this here. In the event of Red Blue addressing you in a hostile manner or aggressive tone or whatever the case may be, right? How do you handle that situation? What are your thoughts on what's happening right here in the conversation?
Is it something like that White did, or is it
No,
something
okay.
It's about everything that has happened.
So let's say you made a sandwich in the kitchen and you left the mayonnaise on the counter and there was 3 crumbs on the floor and a little piece of a corner of bread on the counter that you didn't see because it was the same color of the counter. Okay? But you thought that you didn't make a mess because like you tried to eat as clean as you potentially can. That's the scenario for you. Okay, and you leave and you didn't know that there was 3 crumbs on the floor and the mayonnaise was open and you know there was a corner of bread on the table. And Red and Blue come at you hostile. What do you do? No, mind you. Wait, I got to listen here. Mind you didn't know that, well, you knew that red screws were a little loose.
Oh, not red is crazy. Okay.
I didn't say it's crazy. But you didn't know that, like, the screws in the chair went all the way in and the chair was just hanging off there. Like. And you just recently found this out. We have to throw that in there.
I was still like, look, if I didn't know, the only time I know is like where I have my shit at, and I just didn't know about shit, my bad.
Okay,
So you like that shit, that's my bad.
Now say you didn't notice it happened the first time, and then it's happened 4 consecutive times, right? In the back. It's happened 4 consecutive times, right? And you clean up, but it's not to the standing and the liking of the other, Red and Blue. And so Red and Blue decide that instead of taking the calm and collective approach, they want to come with screws loose, head hanging off the neck. You know, how do you handle that level of like hostility coming towards you? How do you deal with hostility? Period.
It depends. Like I try to calm it down, or I come at it the same way they come at me, but still try to calm it down. But if I know that I clean my space up, I think I know. And I'll make it known that I probably wasn't need other things.
So, what would you do if I didn't make a mess? How'd I get there?
Like, if I know, like, say, there's some act is like, I didn't know, but he's saying, I wasn't even out there about that. But if it kept happening, I knew that I cleaned it up, then I'll be like, oh, then, like, I know I cleaned it up, and it had to be like someone else that came in there.
Okay. What if they don't give a fuck about none of that?
Okay, but red and blue know that if they didn't do it, ain't no way in hell unless somebody is frogging the house. Ain't no way in hell like they do it.
Oh my God, can we talk about something else? I feel like we might have a PTSD episode.
PTSD. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So we're talking about consumer reality, right? Okay. So what is another way that we can talk about?
Let's hear your
What I gotta say?
Let me answer that first, and then we'll move on. Go ahead.
What?
What I was saying, like, if red and blue knows that they're the only ones, and white is the only other person that could have kitchen, right? To do such thing. And red and blue, no, they didn't. Alright. Who else did it?
Had to be something I missed. If I know that I think it, then I realize it like even something I missed, I'll just say it. I'm like, my bad.
So going off so the hostility you believe is not necessary. It's not. So if somebody tries to communicate with you through hostility, you don't respond correctly.
Depending on the situation, like it's understandable, but it may not be necessary, but it's still understandable why that makes me feel that way.
Okay, so
That's
let's refine the question, right? So like, is it necessary at any point for aggression or hostility? At any situation, is it necessary?
And within
I got you. I'm refining your question. I'm refining your question.
No, it's gonna happen. You gotta accept that.
Okay, so in a situation, right? Because that gives the answer for Sheffield, right? The answer is no. It's not necessary. But why? If you're in a situation with another one person and you're constantly having to check in or check on it, do you feel like you'll be able to not have that aggression? We already established it's not necessary. But do you feel like it's going to bring some aggression? It's going to
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah,
Why?
because it's over. It's like no person's not gonna feel that way after it keeps happening.
So do we feel like all tips answered on that? And we can move to the next.
I feel like
It's gonna happen. It's gonna change the way you go through that process.
so those that are aggressive need to understand that it's not necessary to be aggressive all the time.
No, those need to understand.
No. Aggression is bound. He said aggression is bound to happen, but not everybody responds well to aggression.
Alright, so I you yourself said there's more than one slice of bread. So on one hand, you have a person who is being met with aggression and not responding well, right? Then on the other hand, you have people who are not responding well to things being spoken about in a good manner, and then it's not being reciprocated as far as the duties are being handled. So the duties are being handled, and you're still being faced with the same problem, same problem. Okay, I've already tried to handle said problem with respect, with calm conversation, with hey, let's do this, and that's not working. So that's not working. Okay, we're only left with options now. It's okay. Here's the next level. All right, the next level is I'm gonna let you know this is a serious problem, and that's not where it comes in, right? And people being more serious about it, right? So that's like, hey, I'm being serious with you, not because this is what I want to do, not because I feel like this is the right answer, but you're not listening to the appropriate way. So because doing it appropriately is not working, let's try this then. Let's see, because I'm letting you know just as much as you don't like the aggression, I don't like what's happened. That's how that comes about. So then when you get pushed beyond that point, okay, there's enough of that too. And it's just like, okay, the aggression comes from the fact that people don't want to go to a level. Like, let's just
acknowledge the fact that it is what it is. It's like an aggressive situation, but and then use it to your advantage to bring it back down. So you're still gonna have that calm conversation, still know that it's serious.
chill with the show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Makes it so much